So this is my completely biased top 10 games of 2025, just the games I had the best time with. Wild year for games. I've committed crimes for Cornish pasties, beaten people with French baguettes, made some very questionable career choices, and done some pretty evil things in Oblivion Remastered that you just don't see in modern games these days.
Excellent.
That said, I've not played every game, and I'll not be including early access games like Path of Exile 2 and Schedule 1, which were fantastic, but maybe next year? Let's get into it.
You've heard the expression, the spice must flow.
Number 10, Dune Awakening. I'm putting a big asterisk on this one. The early and mid game of Dune Awakening is great, but admittedly the end game is where it falls apart. It's number 10 because I think you'd still have a fantastic time without endgame and really get your money's worth. Arrakis is the perfect setting for a survival game with a constant threat of giant dune worms. But what I loved is how Awakening blends survival crafting with RPG systems. You're exploring Arrakis, gathering resources, building a base, but at the same time you're investing in skill trees, going to towns and cities, picking dialogue options and taking part in big cinematic narrative quests.
Your talents are wasted on the Atreides.
I had fun with this, the main story was great and I felt like I was always progressing with new tools or vehicles. Just a pity they couldn't nail the endgame. Number 9, The Outer Worlds 2. Another a little rough around the edges, but I still enjoyed this one. Dialogue options, skill choices that mattered, it was the RPG elements I came to really like, even though the story and companions didn't blow me away.
Exactly what I was thinking.
The floor system in particular is really well done. The game actually picks up on your habits and personal quirks like reloading too often, or barely spending any money at vendors. That's recognised and you're offered a floor that lets you double down on your weird habits, but at a cost with a detrimental effect. It adds an extra layer of RPG decision making that I really appreciated.
Oh, indeed!
I also love the sense of exploration and player agency, making proper use of my skills, uncovering bits of world building, and finding some pretty unique space weapons along the way like the shotgun hammer, sick as hell.
We're turning this tub around!
Number 8, Like a Dragon, Yakuza Pirates in Hawaii. So yeah, I played a lot of Yakuza and Like a Dragon this year, I finally got caught up and I really enjoyed this one. It's a side game, you play as the mad dog Goro Majima, ex-Yakuza gone pirate.
It's Captain now.
Not the deepest story and it's not high stakes being a side game, but honestly I still had loads of fun. There's naval combat and you can recruit your own personal crew of absolute misfit pirates from around Hawaii. You're literally recruiting people off the streets on the way to work. And in between all that, your usual Yakuza mini-games, lots of go-karting sessions, baseball with cannonballs,
Beautiful.
and of course karaoke on the ship decks. So fun.
Let's get to the top!
Before we look at number 7, if you're a huge fan of RPGs, consider subbing to PeterBytes or liking the video. A bit of an indie game developer, cover lots of RPGs, and you might like my Final Fantasy series where I'm replaying them all and ranking them as I go. Thank you. Number 7, Ball Pit. This indie game came out of nowhere, at least for me. How do you even describe Ball Pit? It's like a roguelike pinball Tetris hybrid, and in between runs you're base building and managing your own little village. There's also some synergies with abilities and choices, fun boss fights, and when the screen starts to fill with enemies they'll start chanting, rising the tension, and it's such an awesome touch. It's one of those games where you say one more run and suddenly another hour's gone by. You're bouncing between those two styles of play and it's addictive as heck.
You are the one from my dreams.
Number 6, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Yeah, it's the one remaster on my list and that's why it's only number 6, but it's really well done and pretty much rebuilt in a new engine.
Oh, wow.
Even as an 18-year-old game, Oblivion still stands strong amongst other 2025 RPGs. Replaying it reminded me just how good the side quests and guild quest lines really are. I did the Painted World side quest for the first time and it blew my mind. There's the unexpected voyage where the ship you're resting on is hijacked by a group of thieves and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Isn't that a hoot? I love it myself.
And you can't forget the Shivering Isles expansion, it's incredible.
You sleep rather soundly for a murderer. That's good.
I had so much fun replaying the Dark Brotherhood questlines where you get to properly roleplay as a truly evil character. A lot of modern RPGs just don't compare and feel timid in comparison. Number 5, Arc Raiders. An extraction shooter was not something I was planning to play this year and was definitely not expecting to get addicted to one. I actually think Arc Raiders is a great entry point for anyone curious about the genre. The robotic arc enemy designs are excellent, and the more you play, the more you learn how to deal with each type, understanding how they work and exploiting their weaknesses. What really hooked me was the gameplay loop, scavenging for loot and materials for your next base upgrades, then making that tense journey back while carrying everything you've just found. The arcs are dangerous enough, but am I about to get jumped by another player, or are they going to be weirdly friendly?
Hello.
That tension never really goes away, and that's what makes it so addictive. It's such an incredible feeling surviving a close encounter by the skin of my teeth and escaping with all my loot. It's such a relief making it back to the game's lobby, it feels earned.
Come on. Come on, come on.
So close.
No! What? No!
Ruben's dead! Number 4, Peak. This game hooked me and my friends completely. I've not spoke about Peak before. Basically, you and a group of friends go on holiday, but the plane crashes and you're stranded on an island in the middle of nowhere. The goal is to climb to the peak of this island and signal for help and rescue. Lots of climbing, managing survival resources, and helping each other up. Hopefully everyone survives the journey to the peak.
Do we need to grab it again?
No! There's also a mod that lets you increase the number of players to more than 4, and it's really fun playing with loads of friends. Had loads of laughs on Peak 2025. Thing is, the environments of the island change daily, so it's always fun to come back to for a new challenge and different biome types. Number 3, Hollow Knight Silksong. It's fantastic. Incredible movement, brutal but fair combat, and some brilliant world design. If you love getting lost in Metroidvanias, this one really delivers. Hands down best bits are the boss fights, each one feels unique, challenging, and comes with a real sense of accomplishment. But what kept me hooked was the sense of progression. It's so satisfying finding new tools and upgrades that let you reach new areas that you couldn't access before, and it keeps your exploration exciting. Plenty of secrets, hidden paths, and it's fun figuring them out. The feeling of discovery in this game is absolutely top notch.
What do you think about the situation in our country?
Bah!
You're right there.
Number 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a pretty unbelievable sequel, deeper systems, stronger storytelling, and a world that genuinely reacts to how you play. It's immersive, it asks more of you as a player, and yes, sometimes it's frustrating, but it's a really great RPG that might not be for everyone, and that's okay.
Are you yanking my pizzle?
I love the story and the slower paced nature of the game. As Henry, you really get stuck in and feel like you're part of the world. There's lots to explore with fun side quests that feel perfectly thematic with the time, little Monty Python style touches included.
Thing is, it's a magic arrow.
It's quite a serious medieval RPG that takes pride in that, but I really like that the game also adds little illusions of fantasy that keeps things interesting, while still being grounded in the realism and banter of medieval life. Love that 100%. Number 1, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. You know it, easy game of the year, hands down the best turn-based RPG I've played in years. What I love about Clair Obscur is how confidently it feels like a return to form for the classic turn-based, or more specifically JRPGs that I grew up with. The storytelling, characters, gameplay and music are all fantastic, tailored with a French flair that makes it truly unique. One thing I really miss in modern RPGs is the sense of scale you got from huge overworlds. They made you feel like a small part of a much larger world. Clair Obscur doesn't just bring overworlds back, it delivers the most gorgeous one I've ever seen, and it proves there's absolutely still a place for them in modern games.
So cool, right?
I went into Clair Obscur completely blind, and within about an hour I was totally hooked. The premise is so strong. The paintress looms in the distance, and every year she paints a number in the sky. That number is a death sentence. Anyone older than that dies instantly. Those with just 1 year left to live set out on an expedition into the unknown to challenge the paintress herself. I was blown away. It's an incredibly intriguing setup, and I found the game emotionally resonated with me throughout. The story and characters are strong enough to carry the experience on their own, but the soundtrack elevates everything even further. Clair Obscur is haunting, beautiful, and unforgettable.
I won't say thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, that's my top 10 games of 2025. Alright, I recommend my return to Final Fantasy XVI. That'll be on screen at the moment, and have a good one.